Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are in Wakampacha and working on getting our gemstone from this place. So let's dive on in. Hey, we are live. That's an interesting mount.
Yeah, I can't really tell what it was. I was too far away.
It looked like a two-headed wolf. Of a more proper what a wolf looks like description rather than most wolf mounts in this game.
Interesting.
There it is again.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Although it might have been more like a werewolf mount. I had to go and wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me, just to make sure? The stench just ruined my sense of smell. Hey, I saw that look. As Wuklamat helped demonstrate, the Valley Alpaca are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spitting beast. Wonderful. Give me one of those then. Have you perhaps forgotten we are a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, then you'll have to find a saddler and make them an offer. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 in the thousands column. I mean, 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Converting to gil, that comes around to 1,000,000 or so. Perhaps if we pitch in. No. This is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay the cost. I'll find the money somehow. In that case... that basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel, in the hundreds column. Beginning with the wool, you can trade for even more valuable goods, until you have something suitable to bargain with for the saddle. That's a nice gesture, but you think I could turn 100 pel into 1,000,000? That's 10,000 times or more. We need 10,000 pel, not 1,000,000. You're only looking at 100 times more. Oh, right. I panicked and got it confused with Alpha Node's 1,000,000 gil. not so sure about this trading idea. You were almost talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But I hate it. Then let me help you with your deal making. Oh, hello again. Mablu. I work here as a ranch hand, but I've also learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guided the claimants towards the first step of the feat, like you asked. As long as Wuklamat goes alone to capture her alpaca, she is free to accept assistance from whoever she likes. Hooray! Let's see about getting you that saddle then, Third Promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mablu. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It may be easier to haggle over prices without so many voices chiming in. Yes, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work. With Mablu gone, I'll need extra hands to tend the alpacas. Gladly, although I think you should go with Wuklamat. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over, and surely have sage advice to share. In that case, you should also hold on to the alpaca wool. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. As if I'd do such a thing. But I'll leave the wool with him, yes. Anyway, the better to keep my hands free. To begin, I suggest we try trading the wool to Havli, the saddler. He won't agree to the deal, of course, but it'll give us an idea of how much he'll accept for his wares. My advice to Waklamut: look around and see if you see a tall man in blue armor. If you see him, sell it to him for far, far more than it's worth.
Aww.
And we don't have to worry about Estinian ever being destitute. The man can make money if he needs it.
Yeah.
Something I can do for you. We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. The saddle is it? And how will you be paying for it? Okay, I don't know what it looked like in y'all's version, but it looked like I took a very aggressive step directly up to the little guy. Like, I will be paying with your life.
Roll for intimidation.
Yeah. With this basket of fine alpaca wool. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. And what might that be? Mezcal. I like to nurse a cup at the day's end, while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you've got yourself a deal. This bodes well for his third promise. Such mezcal can be had for only 5 pel in the thousands column. Hold on. Did you say third promise? Then my offer has changed. The saddle is going to cost a jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I must support the man of ambition who will see my business prosper. Zoral Jah will go to war, and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. It's nothing personal, third promise. But I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. This is why you don't run your mouth around the client.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say that I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. Those of our grandparents' generations remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Pelu pray for your victory, Wuklamat. The younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still others are unsatisfied with the quiet prosperity and crave the future the second promise envisions. They've become obsessed with innovations, like the dirigibles that have made trade swift and easy. Then you have those like Hobley, convinced the first promise plan for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. What about you, Mablu? Aren't you one of the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Oh, I was raised on the old tales. I've memorized the accounts of what it was like when the Yakhu ruled our village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become Dawn Servant, to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess I'd better make sure I win the contest. But the type of mezcal the saddle maker wants is so very expensive. Were we expected to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed. We just need to get on with it. I may not have a head for trade or a stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with the piece of Tuliolal on the line. Then neither will I. We will make you Dawn Servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration, so let's first try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. Of course, the Weaver. Balnock was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision and he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to the road where we first met him. Also, something I didn't mention at the time, but it just dawned on me a second ago when we were remembering meeting the Catman, is when we first met the promises back at the city, the echo triggered for Kryl, not for us.
Mm-hmm.
This is the spot. After Balnock talked to us, he walked off to the south. That he was probably going to Kulva's Inn. Most visitors to Wakanpelo end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? Can I have that basket? Thanks. Now let's see if we can turn a profit. Balnock, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? Third promise? You wish to do business with me? Might I ask what this is all about? I see. So the goal is to turn that basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. That allow me to invest in your efforts. Peace in Tural is what allows me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer that one pledge to preserve that peace win the throne. Thus do I humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Oh, that's fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the hundreds column. That's very generous, Baldock. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I have every faith in you, third promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. I can't believe you quintupled your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because he remembered our weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. It's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precepts of trading, one which you've instinctively mastered. You think so? I know so. Now, let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, you take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Erenville would never let me hear the end of it. All set? Our next deal is waiting to be found. Okay, I like the little UI that just popped up.
That is fun.
Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. It makes sense, but how do we know if somebody needs a poncho? I'm going with option 2. They have a fabulous sense of style. It's a nice sturdy poncho, but the design is traditional. I don't think fashion is part of its appeal. So only those with the practical need would be interested. Wait, that's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho, and hope they are eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. We find the demand for our supply. So where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are a number of places, but we could do worse than starting right here at the inn. There might be interested travelers. Who here needs a poncho? A lot of Mamuja hardly wear anything to begin with. Those are probably Landsguard or sellswords. Mamuja who soldier for a living prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movements. So, even if they have bared shoulders, Mamuja carrying arms can be struck off the list. Of course, part of the reason why I opted to say person with fashion sense is I saw the guy with the poncho right over my shoulder while I said it. I'm going with the disconcerted Hubigo. Let's see, no coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Oh, we might have a winner. Oh there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. Oh, it was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here, and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. I'm actually a tool maker from Tuliolal, and was dressed quite smartly. All the better to show the Pelu I'm a man who takes pride in his appearance, and therefore his work as well. Now look at me. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. We're random poncho salesmen. What a splendid poncho. This would be the perfect replacement for the coat I lost. We'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade. For one of your fine tools, perhaps? What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. Blade looks sharp, the haft well made. I'd value it at 1 pel in the thousands column. Oh, from 500 to 1,000, we have a deal. Wonderful. A fine garment such as this should put me on even footing with any Pelu merchant. Like the Eponius owner of the Miplu's mate garden, for one. Her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate, and I thought to impress her with the tool I sold you. No matter. I have other wares to sell. Glad I have met you. I'm very concerned why you would need, or what a mate garden is. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. To Miplu's mate garden we go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. These ones will be calm, right? I don't need an alpaca. I have a flying car. Of course, the game's gonna make me take an alpaca, but...
Did you notice that talking to what's the pink the character in pink? Malblue, what's the name?
Mablu?
Mablu was an option when picking a client.
I did notice that she was an option, but I I expected clicking on her would just let her have her reiterate that we're looking for somebody without weapons and no clothes.
Yeah, I didn't pick her either, but I thought that was interesting that she was an option.
That is what she did.
Gotcha.
And then you choose the other guy.
Well done recognizing that toolmaker as a potential customer. If you've in mind to change professions, you'd make an excellent mercenary. Merchant.
Mercenary.
I'm already one of those. Before we get moving, we should be the one. You should be the one to hold on to this. It would be funny if picking up this axe force changed us into a warrior.
Yeah.
With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas Mablu has so kindly provided. Ready to go? Let's mount up. Please don't spit. Please don't spit. You're riding it, Wook Lamont. You don't have to worry about your alpaca spitting at you.
Those beasts or whatever look like pineapples.
Yes, they do. And I need to come back and kill one in a minute.
If it has the little like blue or red, like kind of a round, I don't know. I think I have some alpacas that I have to kill.
We made it, and without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to Incuvo's inn, so we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawn Servant, weren't you, Third Promise? I don't even know why you would ask that, Mablo. You know that the Dawn Servant is a two-headed mammal jaw. That I was. Then perhaps you understand. I was an orphan too, you see. Tobley took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them? Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle, if you're to prepare for the feat of gold. As it's mate harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets. Add to that Wook Lamont's way with people, and we should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Miplu herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the third promise, and let's get to bargaining.
It's really windy, like a lot of debris in the air.
Our current weather is wind.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I guess at a big flat step like this, once the wind gets blowing, nothing stops it.
Mm-hmm.
You have that little axe for me. Thanks. Now to see what we can get for it. You're Miplu, the owner of these fields? I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, well, the third promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have to offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan, the razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work from your crops. The quality is acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large sack of mate leaves in exchange. A sack of mate leaves is valued at 1 pel in the thousands column, the same price as the hatchet. This deal would bring us no closer to the mezcal. If I may, Mistress Miplu, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. We've missed the window for demand. In that case, we'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way. A generous deal here will put you in the third promise's good graces. Surely that's worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the second promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives, I believe, including farming, and I will no longer have need of hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Wouklamont. That is why I'm prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair, given your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off for the transaction. No, we would get rid of the hatchet and have a different item to trade. How about this then? If we were to help bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Koana's reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the fields. You can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Added value to tip the scales. How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You could rest here if you like, Mablu. He and I have mate together. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you.
There's an aether current.
I see it. So do you need to murder alpacas, Emo?
I think so. It's like a blue, I don't know how to describe the icon. I think it is the icon for them. If we kill one, it'll tell me too, right? It'll do the one of whatever.
Yep.
No, apparently not.
Alas.
I guess I'm confused on the icon.
The
That's all right.
icon is next to their name, not above it.
Next to their name, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's just their difficulty marker.
Okay, because it doesn't have the red triangle thing. It's not like
Yeah.
aggro, right?
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Killer. The fluffy destroyer.
Okay, alpacas must be very strong. Well, I say that, and now I realize that this wagon has blimps. You brought me some leaves then. An acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companions fared before I'm making decisions, though. Here, we brought our share as well. Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine. After adding the value of your labor to the price of the hatchet, I'm prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade mate leaves. Premium mate. Bought it at the shop, one sack of those leaves would cost no less than 5 pel in the thousands column. Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give it a good haul. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we come to a mutually agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. Mablu. Mablu, what's wrong? As I was saying before, even after everything Tobli's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. But then I needed your help after forgetting a basic rule of trade. How can I expect Tobli to accept my decision then? Going with option 2. So you intend to give up then? I can't. After getting a taste of real trading, I want to be a merchant more than ever. Then you'll just have to be honest. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tural's peace, and becoming Dawn's servant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live the life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tobley had the same opinion. Talk to him. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. But first, we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. What's next then? We try to trade our tea leaves for something halfway or have the blah. We try and trade our tea leaves for something halfway to a 10,000 pel. No, I think we're close enough now. I said we go straight for the premium mezcal. Bargain our way into double the value, eh? Think you can do it? Trust me, I will make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise. That you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Koana and Zoraljah? And of course I am. I'm Wuklamat of Dawn's Promise, after all. And apparently mate is a South American tea analog. Before we go, let me give you the mate leaves. I don't need to risk proving Erenville's point. Ready then? Our next stop is the Mezcal Distillery. Does anybody need to kill cactuars?
Not I.
No.
Incoming drop. No, it wasn't as much of a drop as I expected. I want to speak with a man by the name of Gobley. Even among his fellow distillers, he's regarded as a master of the craft. He knows the value of his product, so if we're to convince him to trade for twice what the leaves are worth, we're going to need targeted information. That means asking around and taking in the gossip. You could talk to people here at the distillery. Perhaps Wuklamat could do the same at the village entrance. Meanwhile, I'll head south. I'll head to the north side and see what I can see. Me? I'm a chef from Tulual. I often come here to buy Gobli's mezcal. It's the finest in Tyrol, according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but still end up so addled as to agree to whatever price he quotes me. It would be nice to have less, potent refreshments during such conversations. Else I might have to seriously reconsider our arrangement. There's not much I can say about Gobli, but I can tell you what Gobli's been saying. The other day he was muttering about monsters prowling around Agave Jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients for the mezcal. Their presence has made it harder to procure said ingredients, and thus driven up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects the work it does. Can't rightly bring joy to people if you can't keep making the thing they love. We're gonna go monster slaying.
Mm-hmm.
Gobli might be a deft hand at distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Rumor has it he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though, he'll be laughed out of Sunpurge. Did the music change for anybody?
Yeah, KJ looks like he's off fighting stuff.
Oh, there's a fade over there.
There's a fate, but I'm not fighting it. When we first came out here, there's two creatures over here that I had to kill. But when we came back, we missed it. So I
Gotcha.
just came back and got them.
Gotcha.
Two little red guys on top of the name. Not beside, but on top. Or on the
Gotcha.
back, I should say.
Yeah, I dipped to the south instead of following the north road. I didn't notice until we were all up on the upper level that I was in a different location than we started.
Emo, did you see these little green guys over here? And did they have little red guys on top of them? I don't know if you had the same one I had or not. I know you or Zora had the same as I had the one time. But it's right here to the left and right in front of me.
Nope.
There's nothing on there for you
No.
No.
about Zora, maybe.
No.
All right, never mind. I already killed the two of them, so. But yeah.
This big lumbering turtle.
So what did you find out? Oh, we can make use of all those tidbits. This deal's good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Gobli is working. There's a millstone at the top of the slope behind the distillery. You go ahead and I'll bring Wuklamat. You have business with me, sir? Why don't we talk down below so it's not to distract the alpaca from his work? Now, what's this about? Keep it brief if you would. I'm a busy man. We're in the market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal, assuming you have any on hand, that is. Ah, an excellent choice. I must warn you, though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have Pell, but we can offer a sack of mate leaves in exchange. It's top-grade stuff, like the mezcal. No deal. Mate leaves are well and good, but I don't have any use for them. No deal? Just like that? Still, I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. Why don't we sit and chat a while over a cup of mezcal? Now the real bargaining begins. Which of our cards do you want to play first? Don't think we want to open with the monsters. Want that kind of be our trump card.
I agree.
I'm gonna go with the chef. I appreciate your hospitality, but I'm afraid I can't hold my drink. I've heard one of your regular customers, the Hobigo chef, is the same. I think it's not everybody can enjoy mezcal. I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer. Something like mate tea, for instance. And brewed from the finest leaves, of course. Ah, you're right. Absolutely right. I had noticed a growing reluctance on the part of my Hobigo friend, but did not realize that I myself was to blame. I must endeavor to be a better host. Still, even with the added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. Should we offer to cull the monsters causing him trouble? Not yet. We'll keep that card up our sleeve until we need it. As I expect you're aware, the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third promise has graced us with her presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If your mezcal were to be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could it be that your rumored invitation to the palace is to discuss that very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes. I must admit I'm still reeling from the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honor and opportunity if I could secure the deal. Well, I should think your exceptional mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared, and first impressions last. You want to be wearing your very best when you walk into Volok Sunza. It would be a shame to miss this chance of a lifetime simply for want of proper garments. That it would. Are you saying you have garments to offer? Something ideal for court? We have no garments on hand, I'm afraid, but we can provide you with the next best thing. an introduction to a weaver. His name is Balnook, and his works are highly regarded in Tuliulal. As a supporter of Wuklamat and keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtlessly be happy to guide you in the selection of an outfit to fit this golden occasion. That is certainly a tempting proposal, and one for which I should take full advantage, but the scales still aren't quite balancing. Say, weren't there monsters running amok in Agave Jaws? That's a problem we could easily solve for you. Truly, I would be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring sellswords to clear them out. Factoring in the saved expense and an introduction to your trusted weaver, this is shaping up to be a sound bargain. Alright, you have a deal. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Give us a moment, and he and I will take care of these prowling nuisances. In the meantime, I'll use the time to pen an introductory letter to Balnook. The fields you're looking for are just north of Wakampelko. Be safe. That should be Agave Jaws, just over there. This will go faster if we split up. Come and find me once you finish clearing out your share of the pests.
I need that one.
Do you need more of that one?
Yeah.
Do enough?
I don't know. I'm not seeing it on my thing, but I can't see anymore.
There's two up here.
There's some there. Yeah, 2 is it.
Alright.
Oh, damn it.
All right. AJ.
XP.
Excellent.
Compared to the creatures I hunted with Papa, this is no challenge at all. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. All that's left is to give Ma Blue the sack of leaves so that she can seal the deal. Those monsters were no trouble for you, it seems. Now, if I could just have the sack of leaves. And I completely skipped whatever her line was.
Me too.
Your monster problem has been resolved, Master Gobley. Here are the mate leaves and a written introduction to Ball Nook as agreed. Then the deal is done. Here, your jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years. Please accept it with my compliments. Yes, we finally have the mezcal. Great work, especially you, Mabu. You were the one that inspired me to come this far, Third Promise. But let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Mablu, is it? You drive a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand. For now. Should I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you.
Can we give that other dude a heads up as well?
Hmm?
The Taylor dude, shouldn't we tell him about it? Hey, keep a lookout for the brewer guy, because he's probably going to come talk to you. Not something like out of the blue.
That's what the introduction
Yeah.
letter's for.
Yeah, well, yeah. Nice blue.
Even at the palace, I don't think I've held 10,000 pel jug of anything before. My hands won't stop shaking. Here, you better hold on to it until we get to the saddle maker. Aha! Can you imagine if we dropped it and had to start all over again? Luckily, Havli's place is not far. We just need to head across the plaza. This is it. The trade we've been working towards. Ooh, still in one piece. Right, time to make our deal. Get your tools ready, saddler. We've brought your precious mezcal. Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug? But you had nothing. A few measly clumps of wool. What we had was an aspiring trader with a gift for negotiation. Although I'd sooner aid no claimant but Zurl Jah, I cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelu Pelu. The trade is a fair one. I will craft your saddle, Third Promise. Great. Stay and wait if you like. I have all the requisite materials. This won't take long. Your commission is ready. Catching a wild alpaca is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time of it with one of my saddles. Now, if you don't mind, I have other work that needs finishing. Ah, I can taste that smooth mezcal already. We did it. The saddle is ours. And to think, we started out with only a 100-pel basket of alpaca wool. Mablu, you are going to be an incredible merchant. Thank you. It makes me so glad to hear you say that, Third Promise. We got what we came for, so let's head to the ranch. The others will be waiting. I'm concerned that we're about to have to do a duty instance as Wuklamat.
Mm-hmm.
Required the saddle, then. Yes, and thanks in no small part to Mablu. Before you rush off to catch an alpaca, though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring out one of our wild-born friends so you can practice. I know. This is something I need to learn. The music.
I was just gonna say that. It's so funny.
Great sunken gods, I did it! He hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting Wuklamat's touch. That's because of the singular scent with which the saddles have been coated. Alpacas find it very soothing. You know, I've never taken a good look at one of you before, but you're actually kind of cute. You're only now noticing that? Zoral Ja, he's back. With a shiny gold alpaca. Having done exactly what he set out to do. That alpaca he's brought, is it me or is it glowing? I've heard tales of such a beast. They say the golden alpaca lives a solitary existence deep in the valley, where it shuns the company of both man and its own kind. How'd he manage to snare a prize like that? A beast knows its betters. Faced with overwhelming strength, it will yield rather than risk death. An apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Wuklamat. Strength alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the Golden City, and then Tural can remain at peace. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. To unite as one, the people must be taught. They must suffer the horror and hopelessness firsthand. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict, the wages of war's merciless nature. These are what moved the clans to join in the founding of Tuliyollal all those years ago. Consider the younger generation of this village. Since birth have they basked in unbroken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as a tragedy but an opportunity. Thus does the resilient son seek to provide education. He offers much needed lessons in the realities of conquest and a renewed appreciation of peacetime. It is true that war's misery brings a longing for peace. But I've seen with my own eyes what becomes of an empire forged through the violence you propose, the rebellions it spawned, and the ruins it leaves behind. The Garlean Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors, as well they should. Men are not beasts. Only a fool would seek to rule over all with the threat of force alone. This is why Gulu Jaja did not elevate the Mamulja, why he treated all clans with equal respect. However, the first promise has his gaze upon more distant horizons. He would unite not only Tuliyollal, but the star in its entirety. Why? I need not explain myself to you. Oh, well done indeed. The first promise has completed the feat of gold with an appropriately golden flourish. May I present you with your much-deserved keystone? He's always been like that, never sharing his innermost thoughts with me or even Koana. It's like we're not even family. Alright, I am officially with Koana and Wuklamat. That guy cannot be in charge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what you call somebody like that. He's not a warmonger, because warmonger just wants conquest. This guy wants to punish his own people with war because they don't think war's bad enough. That's...
Yeah.
I can't even compute that. I'll ponder Zoral Ja and his mysteries later. Right now, I need to think about finishing the feat of gold. I have my saddle, I've practiced how to use it, so lead on to where the wild alpacas roam. The valley of Urunkanka is northwest of here. Come on, everyone. Even if we can't enter ourselves, we can see Wuklamat off on her hunt. I like how they said we're going to a valley and we've done nothing but go up this whole way. Are we about to do a dungeon? I can do this. I know I can. Cheer on, Wooklamont.
Good luck there, Promise!
Thanks. I'll need it. Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
So, shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
I'm staying here.
As will I. Wooklamart is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shitona from Shaktural? Why did you cross the salt?
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me. But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt. Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlian. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking, and I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding the City of Gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City. Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Just so.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Wait. Do you hear that?
They did it!
You're utterly spent, and small wonder.
Well done, third promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
Welcome back. I'm so relieved the third promise came back to us safely. And the alpaca she tamed is a healthy-looking beast. Surely this will be enough to satisfy the feat of gold. Uclamont still seems a bit unsteady on her feet. Hardly surprising after she spent the night chasing alpacas. You know what will melt away fatigue like magic, though? Mate tea. I'll run to the ranch and get a pot brewing. That way you can take your time, and the tea will be ready when you arrive. As Mabalu so wisely suggested, we shall set a slower pace for our exhausted third promise.
Hang on, I'll put KJ in the mount.
Okay.
I'm gonna run and get a water real quick.
Okay. I'm going to add to my suggestion that I've long held that Lalafell should be able to use larger people as mounts. But now if you are in a multi-seater mount and there is an open seat, you should be able to rescue party members into the mount.
Yeah.
Or put that Lalafell in your lap. Of course, that would just go right bad with the whole accidents and anyway, never mind.
Yeah.
Children laps, yeah.
Came back ahead of the others, did you? I should hurry along with the tea, then. Muklamot can't be that far behind. That tea really is magical. I feel better already. I see you've become more comfortable around our fuzzy friends. Watching this one taught me a lot about alpacas. What grasses and fruits they eat, what sounds they react to, their adorable little quirks. Guess I've grown kind of fond of them. Welcome back, Third Promise. Accomplished the feat of gold, have you? Yep. There is no mistaking a valley alpaca. I commend you on your success. Well done. Yes, we did it. Although I couldn't find a shiny one like Zoral Ja did. I'd be surprised if you had. Golden alpacas are born but once every few decades. They are elusive, solitary creatures that are rarely seen, much less captured, thanks to their innate physical and magical gifts. Only a single other person is known to have caught one before, that being Galul Jaja himself. Papa was chasing alpacas too? So my grandfather's stories say. It was before the founding of Tuliolal, in a time where the mountain giants, the Yokhui, still held our people enthralled. Compelled by their overlords, our forebears would ride their alpaca mounts to the highlands to deliver gifts of food and other tributes. Those were wretched days, to hear grandfather tell it. Then along came the young Galul Jaja, yet unburdened by the mantle of Dawn Servant. Our people were amazed by this imposing two-headed figure, equal to the Yakhui in stature. and puzzled by his entourage of mismatched companions. I would like it noted that the Radogan right next to him might very well be Kryle's grandfather.
Ah.
Some trembled in fear, believing a new conqueror had come. Yet Galul Jaja showed no such inclinations, and he sat and spoke with us, sipping from cups of mate tea we offered him, and grew somber when he learned of our plight. None could have anticipated what their visitor decided to do next. Galul Jaja ascended the cliffs to face the giants and freed the Pelu Pelu from the Yokwi's subjugation. He then turned an appraising eye upon our riders and proposed we take a road to peddle our beverages. The suggestion seemed obvious for one who traveled as he did, intent on fostering amity between the clans. So it was that a few words from Galul Jaja transformed us into a clan of itinerant merchants. Never heard the bond Papa forged with the Pelu Pelu spoken of in that way before. The saga is not so detailed. Then you may not know that Galul Jaja sought a sure-footed guide for his trek up into the highlands. Thus did he capture a golden alpaca. So both my brother and my father caught the rarest of creatures, while an ordinary one was the best I could manage. The feat required no more than that, Third Promise, and you brought back a perfectly wonderful beast. Mablu's right. You are a perfectly wonderful beast. If anyone's ordinary, it's me. Not only did you accomplish the feat of gold, you also made many trades and brought joy to many people in true Pelu Pelu fashion. I sorely doubt your sibling could have achieved the same result. You should be proud of the accomplishments which earned you your keystone. Five more to go. You're well on your way, Third Promise. We'd have been lost without you, Mablu. Thanks to you, I learned so much about the Pelu people and your customs. It might seem obvious, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something. It was because I didn't understand alpacas that I was uncomfortable around them. I'm thankful to you as well, Wuklamat. You've given me the courage to say what I wasn't sure I could ever say. Tobli, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I've loved every moment caring for the alpacas. But this is something I need to do. I need to walk my own path and make my own trades. As your parent, allow me to say one thing. I've always tried to give my wards lives filled with as much happiness as I could provide. Yet never once have I wanted that to be the only happiness you knew. You have my blessing to walk any path you choose, Mablu. It gladdens me to hear you found a calling you wish to pursue with such passion. You will make an exceptional peddler, I'm sure of it. Thank you, Tobli. What'd I tell you, my blue? There's one last thing I can help you with, Third Promise. You need to find the Golden City, right? That's the end goal. And I suggest you talk to the Yaqui. They once ruled over far more than just Urkapacha and the Pelu Pelu. 1,000 years ago, they were the overlords of Yogg-Toral and all its peoples. During that era, the Pelu Pelu were commanded to search for a city of gold. They scoured every corner of the continent, but never found any trace of that fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could the Yaqui have to tell us? They may not have found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it at all makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into how the legend originated. We lose nothing from asking the questions. Besides, if we're determined to follow the path of the saga, we'll be visiting the giants eventually. Oh, Kryl, I have a question I've been meaning to ask. And since we finished with the feat, where did you acquire that earring? My earring? You recognize it? Yes, pieces just like it first became fashionable in Yogg-Toral around 20 years ago. Since then, it's become common to wear one as a charm for safe travel. 20 years ago, right about the time my grandfather made his journey. Yet the Dawn Servant implied the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way. Sure, there was more to its significance than simple fashion. If you want to know how it first came to be crafted, I could try to find out. Seeing as it's a regular seller from many merchants, I'm curious to learn about it myself. I would appreciate that very much, thank you. Jumping feet first into the peddler business, eh, Mablu? Right then. That's 2 keystones down. I say we head back to Tuliwal and plan our next move. Farewell for now, and thanks for all your help. I will become Dawn's servant, so make sure you set aside your best mezcal for the occasion. She has a fearsome opponent in that brother of hers. He even brought a golden alpaca to heal. But you've heard Zoral Jaw's supporters talk. They might see opportunity in his expansionist ambitions, but they find the man themselves intimidating, terrifying even. Whereas I've grown to love Wuklamat. Everyone she meets will come to love her too. And that's why she'll win the throne. You might be right, Mablu. You might be right. AFK for just a minute. And I am back.
Welcome back.
Feels good to have the feet of gold safely under our belt, even if my victory pales beside Zoral Jaz and his shiny golden alpaca. I know I shouldn't let it bother me, and gods know you've all been so supportive, but I want to be strong or wise like my brothers, to be a promise that the people respect. Which is not likely if I stand here carrying on and on about things. Let's move on. Back to Zabalia Te with us. The contest has hardly begun. Although I guess there were a bunch of Aether Current quests we could have done there. We'll come back for them later. There's a purple quest over here. What is it? Oh, I see it on the map, but I haven't been able to find it yet. There it is. Oh, I've already picked up a quest. Oh, this is sightseeing log.
Ah.
You know, your favorite part of everything, Emo?
Yes.
Well, I see one.
Oh, an easy one. Yay.
Uh-huh.
Just gotta remember if I've got my thing still here.
Interesting comment from Aaronville. A golden alpaca. Alone, I might have tried to track the beast myself. Traveling with so large and diverse a group is unfamiliar to me. If she could see me now. Look at us. The contest has barely begun and we already have 2 keystones. Surely even my talented brothers aren't doing this well. We can only hope. We've now won keystones from both the Feat of Reeds and the Feat of Gold. Surely that means our approach to the contest was the right one? So it would seem, by continuing to retrace Gulu Jaja's journey as presented in the saga, we should find the remaining electors in turn. Let's visit the giants next. Like Kryl said, the fact that they were searching for this golden city might mean they know something useful. The home of the Yahui is in the upper reaches of Urkalpacha. Unless you're keen on scaling the cliffs, we'll have to take the long way around, through Kosamuka. This route will take us close to the Moblin village, which is another important location in the saga. Since we'll need all the keystones eventually, it makes sense to pay them a visit while we're passing through. So we call on the Moblins first, then. Let's head there right now. I'm afraid right now is going to be a problem. The flight of Wee Wingless, the great stairs leading to the Moblin settlement, collapsed in the storm. What are we to do then? There is an alternative, but it requires preparation. Until it's ready, you could rest at the cabins or see more of the city, whatever you prefer. Just to be sure, you'll accept any method of travel as long as it gets us to our destination. Of course, who do you take me for? Then as your guide, I will see to the arrangements. Well, it seems we have some free time on our hands. Let us make the most of it. Oh God, what is Aaronville planning?
I know, right?
Another ship?
Maybe. I need to get my axe repaired. I nicked the blade pretty badly when I took that swing at Bakul Jaja. That reminds me. I never got around to introducing you to Ropely, did I? He's the man in charge of Wachu Meki Meki, and a good person to know. Want to come along? Let's go then. I guess this is the introductory to crafting quest.
Yay.
Ready? The markets of Wachu Meki Meki are to the east, on the other side of Bayside Bevy. There are a lot of people in this little area.
Uh-huh. You can just hear the crafting going on.
Mm-hmm. This is Aunt T's Tacos, named for its owner, the lovely T-Soul. If you're ever If you're after the best tacos in Tulilal, this place sits at the top of the Zablavte. You say that, third promise, but you only ever eat at old Burkevu's food. Come and buy mine for a change. Sorry, T-Soul. It has been a while, hasn't it? I swear I'll stop by for a bite once the contest is over. Celebratory tacos. But you won't even sell me tacos. Jip. I may or may not have had tacos for dinner tonight.
Oh, nice.
My, the third promise. How might I assist you this fine evening? Well met, Ropley. I need to buff a nasty nick out of my axe blade. Yes, it's been chipped quite terribly. Trying to cleave rocks again, were we? Something like that. Think you can fix it? You stand among Tiral's most prestigious gathering of artisans and ask this question. 'Tis child's play. We'll have it repaired for you in 2 shakes of an alpaca's tail. Good to hear. I leave it in your capable hands. Who is your companion, if I may ask? He is a great adventurer. I recruited him from across the salt. I brought him here to help me, or brought him here to meet you, actually. Thought you might have a reason to visit Wachu Meki Meki sooner or later. Then allow me to introduce myself. I'm Ropley, humble representative of the Grand Center of Trade. A pleasure to meet you. You there. Stop dithering in the shadows and announce your business already. I've seen that man somewhere before. A jewelry maker you met on the voyage over. Oh, I remember. I spoke with him too. Fontaine, was it? That was his name? You've been loitering like a flighty admirer who can't pluck up the courage to confess his feelings. Out with it then. Why are you here? That is to say... And we're no closer to solving that enigma. I wonder if he could use someone to talk to. I say we go ask. Let me know by Link Pearl, if you find him first. Found him. He's over here under the docks. You were conversing with Master Ropley. Wait, we've met before, haven't we? On the ship. You found him? Good, I'll be right there. Why did you run off like that? Do you have business with Ropley or not? Please, you needn't concern yourselves with my affairs. I'm undeserving of such attention. Huh. What are you going on about? I beg you, do not ask me to explain. Do not. Sorry, but the more you tell me not to, the more curious I become. Besides, you look like you need a friend. You are too kind. So be it. I suppose I can share with you a morsel of my misery. Before I came to Tuliolal, I worked as a goldsmith at the most prestigious jewelry maker in all of Ul'dah, Esthaim's Aesthetics. Oh, it started off well enough, but as the days passed, everything began to go wrong. Compared to the masterpieces of my talented colleagues, my products were lacking, mediocre. I lost all confidence. Crippling doubt had possessed me, and any veneer of bravado I tried to put forth soon cracked beneath its own weight. Thus did I take ship, hoping to find a fresh beginning on new shores. Yet as you witnessed, I lacked the courage to even approach a potential employer. You stand before a man wallowing in the wreckage of his ill-spent existence. Ah, all right then. You offered a morsel, then served us the full course. You must have really wanted someone to hear your story. If you like, I could try to give you a few words of advice. Then you have experience with my predicament? Of feeling terribly inadequate compared to your undeniably superior peers? Well, when you put it that way, Not me. I'm Wuk Lamat, third promise of Tuliolal. Daughter of the Dawn Servant. Oh, of course. You're a member of the royal family. Please forgive my presumptuousness. What of you? Have you ever measured your work against that of your colleagues and found yourself wanting? You can't measure your worth by the success of others. How can I not? Should my work not meet the same exacting standards, no new commissions will be forthcoming. What then was the point of my becoming a goldsmith? Looking back, 'twas my father who inspired me to take up the trade. His exquisite creations brought radiant smiles to the faces of his clients, and I admired him deeply for it. But in the course of striving to be as great a goldsmith as him, I lost sight of my original motivation. All I've ever wanted was to spread joy through my craft as he did. Perhaps I will give this one last try. Thank you both for reminding me of what's truly important. What is truly important?
Very dramatic.
Uh-huh. And hey, If it doesn't work out, I'll happily take him to Razat Han and toss him into the lap of a naked man, and he'll take care of it.
Yes.
I mean, Godbert is, after all, the greatest goldsmith in the world.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you. But yes, I'm glad to see Fonjatain is giving himself another chance. Dear game, I'm having enough trouble with the South American words. Please don't throw French in there with it. Please. I can't help but wonder if Fonjatain will follow through. Let's see if he's actually gone to talk to Rupley. It's kind of you to come, but you needn't worry. I found my courage. Accept my apologies for my earlier behavior. My name is Fonjatain, and I am a goldsmith from Ul'dah in faraway Eorzea. I realize that this is a bold request, but I should like to continue practicing my trade here in Wachumeki, if you'll have me. I ask only for the opportunity to bring happiness to others with my creations. So that's what it was all about. You were looking for work. Consider yourself hired. Wachumeki is always in need of skilled craftsmen and craftsmen. I'll handle the necessary paperwork. Can you start tomorrow? Yes. Yes, of course. I will say the character model update has done wonders on the Ellison.
Yeah, they look good.
I must thank you both again for your sage and timely advice. I don't know that I was all that helpful. But you were. Had you not come to speak with me, I would not have had the moment of much-needed self-reflection. The arrangements have been made. Come and meet me at the entrance to High Tide Harbor. AJ called it. Oh, I almost forgot. Do you have my axe ready, Ropley? Ready and waiting. Behold the sublime touch of a Wachumeki artisan. Ah, it's as sharp and deadly as the first day I held it. Thank you. Oh, good luck to you, Fonjatain. Let me know if that doubt creeps back in. I'd be happy to talk you out of it. As for us, we should head to the harbor. Wouldn't want to keep Erenville waiting. I don't think it is quite connected in her brain yet what going to the harbor means.
Nope.
Well, she says, I wonder what Aaronville's alternate travel means. Alternative travel means.
Enough with the secrecy. What's this big plan of yours? Look there. That is my big plan. What is that? It's a Panuti. She'll be pulling our boat upriver. How do we know that she won't thrash about and sink us instead? They're gentle and timid creatures for the most part. She's unlikely to cause a fuss unless you give her a reason to. First alpacas and now Panutis. We're really in a lot of animals in this journey. Relying on a lot of animals in this journey. We should be thankful we have an animal expert as our guide, then. But did it have to be my old nemesis? Another boat. Well, I took you for someone who was up to the challenge. Was I wrong? Long ago, when fighting still raged between the clans, the inhabitants of Kazamuka rowed these river boats to move swiftly through hostile territory. But the vessels see little use with Tural now at peace, so I was able to borrow one from borrow one of the few which remain. I did consider a dirigible, but the pilots warned me that the updrafts near the falls would make landing difficult. You said you borrowed one, yet there appear to be several on the water. Kona! Lamati, traveling up the river, I presume? Seems that way. Does this mean you've earned 2 keystones already? Can't believe how you've managed despite undertaking the contest alone. I was never alone. I've had my own entourage with me since the beginning. Hello, Thancred. Hello, Orianjay. My friends, it's been, well, too long. Thancred, Orianjay, what are you doing here? This was already explained, Alisaie. Escorting a promise, the same as you. I'd heard much of the incomparable Archons during my time at the Studium. As soon as the contest was confirmed, I thought who better to recruit to my cause. I contacted the Scholarch, who arranged an introduction to these 2 gentlemen. The second promise had specific requirements. They who would be his assistants must boast both proven survival skills and mastery of the arcane arts. Thus did Thancred and I receive the summons. My own studies concentrated on technology, which our people could readily use, such as inventions born of magitech or clever engineering. Where magic was concerned, I covered only the foundation. Knowing you two, I expect you had other reasons for accepting the job. A few. The nation of Tulial spans an entire continent. Depending on who wins the throne, the world may be plunged into instability once more. Ever have we striven to preserve peace? Where is our place if not here and now? We did our due diligence, of course, and made sure of who we were working with before agreeing to this endeavor. He's even more opaque than Oriange at times, but is surprisingly. That's quite enough of that. We must be on our way. Wait, I have one question before you leave. Kuana and Wuklamat are vying for the throne. As Kuana's entourage, does that mean you're resolved to defeat all his opponents, including us? We're sworn to do all in our power to win this contest for Kuana, even if it means competing against our own comrades. We intend to hold nothing back and expect you to do the same. And we won't disappoint you. Thought you were taking a boat. If even you have been forced to travel on water, then the others will be doing the same. I would rather walk than risk confrontation on a leaky barge with no possibility of retreat. It's true that I can't stand boats. But I trust the route Erenville has chosen for us. Leave the handling of the Panuti to me. Should other wildlife attack us, however, I may have difficulty keeping her under control. Do your best to draw them away, as far from the front of the boat as possible. Oh, maybe this is dungeon time. Then we shall remain on deck and stand guard. Although it may be wise to have at least one of us sit up front with Erenville just in case. I'd like to stay on the deck. I'm eager to put my Pictomancy to the proof. And I'll take any chance to show you that I can hold my own in the battlefield. Then Kryl will stand on guard. Maybe just a duty instance then. I'll keep Erenville company then. With my blade, I can respond more quickly to threats than Alphanode. Thank you. If a fight breaks out, I'll try and stay out of our way. Although that does leave 4 people with us, so this could be dungeon 2. But I shall endeavor to provide aid where it is needed. I could do that as well. That should cover most eventualities. Secure your gear and board the boat when you're ready. Let the hunt begin. Alright. Do we have enough time to run a dungeon tonight?
I'm good.
Good.
Alright. KJ. Pass lead, please. Magic Manatee is fast. I don't know if it's important, but I note the yellow carpet over there on the side.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's our first boss, I think. That wasn't too bad.
Nope, not bad at all.
Somebody forget to roll.
It, KJ. Oh, the climbing the ladder is cool.
Uh-huh. For some reason, equipping a ring that was better than one of my rings equipped it over the one that it wasn't better than. So, I needed a second.
Nice.
Oh, Thancred Nurianche just blocked our path.
Rude.
Well, I mean, they have better sense than to try to fight us.
That's true.
And KJ, is it just me, or has FF14 been invaded by Skaven? Huh?
Yeah, kind of. But I'm noticing a lot of what do I put? MMOs and everything else. A lot of monsters are overlapping, and with time, it's like what you call it? Yeah, can't remember the name. The main group. It's like they haven't got the um, rights on the names anymore. You know what I mean?
Ah.
They're legally they can't try and sue somebody because it's been over 20 years since Skaven came out and whatnot, and so they're losing a
Gotcha.
lot of stuff. That's one of the reasons why they change their rules every 4 years, 5 years, so
Gotcha.
that they can keep
Maintain
the
trademarks and copyrights.
trademark. That's the word I was looking for. Yes, so they keep the trademark and they can sue anybody who tries to use it. But just through time they've lost the trademark for 'em. That's what D&D was trying to do. That's what not games. Yeah, Games Workshop has been doing for years. But yeah, a lot of Skaven, a lot of their lizard guys, even their lizard guys in this X pack of this game, I see similarities and stuff. And I mean, ideas are ideas, They're getting reused. That's all.
Yeah.
Recycled. That's all. But yeah, I agree with you.
Something
It's
tells
given.
me there's going to be a sleep mechanic in this fight. I don't know why I would think that,
I don't know.
but I think that.
No names or nothing. Don't drop any names, Drowsy.
Was also the fact that he is currently asleep.
Is that a costumed? Okay, what are those guys with the knives? The face looks like one of those guys.
No, I think it's more along the lines of they have the little flower on their heads. I don't know what they're called.
The gooballs,
Yeah.
or the trolls as they were called in Elipis.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we have the pink one and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh. Is he belly dancing?
I don't know, but it's funny and I love the music.
They have arrows on the tentacles.
No,
I think they're about to be a lot bigger, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm down.
I got ya.
Oh, blob.
Ads.
Mimic clone.
Another round of tentacles inbound. Dave Barry is probably gonna be over here toward me. Unless they change directions.
1, 2, 3.
They did kind of change directions. I'm in a bad spot.
Make it? Nope, I didn't make it.
Here they come again.
That one with me. Down there, so it's over here. Oh, fuck. What is doing?
Oh, that's on me, guys. I should not have pulled him over here.
Yeah.
I'm down. Zora's down.
Yeah.
He's doing tentacles again. Which means we have a minute to get everybody up and healed if we can.
Thank you.
Oh, I don't see that. Okay, yeah, back here.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit, it's right at us, Emo. One second.
Oh, that was perfect.
That was good.
Yeah, I need to remember in the future when fighting that guy, I need to try to be in the, or keep him in the middle of the room if at all possible during tentacles. Because if I pull him to the edge, his cone is going to cover almost the entire field.
Yeah. Were these plant-looking guys in Elpis or whatever?
We've run into a few of enemies that are in pots like that. I can't remember if they were in Elpis or not, though.
Everything's all about the healer. People,
Well, that's an ugly looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's probably going to be the final boss.
yeah. Keeps on running away.
It's left a trail of a lot of dead enemies in its path.
Yeah. That's, what do we say here? Final Fantasy mentality, or not mentality, not structure either, but
Pattern?
there we go. That's it. Or methods. Pattern. Method. Pattern. Yeah.
Good many number of treasure coffers in here, though. I don't know if I've ever seen a dungeon drop a weapon before that wasn't personal loot.
Interesting, yeah.
No, there's our boss. Those three, they're not attackable yet.
They're attacking it.
Oh, okay.
But now
Oh,
he's
he's gonna
eating
eat it.
them.
Ooh. Nope, I missed that. No. Where is get over. I was just getting sick right here. Oh, we stop him from eating. Is there a way yet? Oh, shit. You know, I'm gonna make that. Oh, yes, I did. Oh, no? That was weird. Don't know why I missed. There's some.
What the?
Watch where the, there we go. Okay. There we go. Nope.
Sorry.
We both got hit on that one, huh? We overlap.
Yeah.
Well, there's that. Oh. Let's see if I can get out of this one. Instant res. Did we get it?
Alright, ignore him and just focus on dodging this thing.
I'm not gonna make it. There we go. What? Don't watch out. Don't hurry. Ooh, right in the center. Careful.
Here comes the green thing again.
Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Oh.
Gosh, I'm terrible at this.
We're not safe here, are we? Damn it. No. And then back over it.
Here comes the green thing again.
This is not cool. That is not cool.
I'm down.
I got you. Emo can raise you. Or heal you, I should say. Ooh, ooh. One second. No, move.
Green thing again.
Oh. Okay. No. I knew it. That was my bad. It pushed me over. That bastard. That green blows up. I did not know it and it pushed me over. Where's Aura? Let's go. Get back out. Oh, I mean, one thing in this actual last fight, I've had to use the thing that gives you mana back more than I probably have ever used it in all of our Final Fantasy fighting. This I'd probably use it in this fight more, mostly because I keep dying, but just to replenish and shit.
For the record, that wind thing was probably the weirdest thing to dodge we've ever had to dodge, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, and it followed. Well, it followed. It seemed like it was following me, and I was like, "No, no, 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 no! Get away from me!" Anyway, yeah, exactly. Look at this.
Another dancer weapon.
That's funny.
Are we needing on the music thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, also be sure to check your bags.
I got a chest.
Yeah.
A chest.
A chest piece.
Oh, I got a grimoire, which is not as good as my 665.
Whoa, that's a scandalous chest.
So what? Did you say
Well,
scandalous?
Scandalous. I have small clothes on, and the chest piece makes me look almost naked.
Wait, did you put it on?
Yeah.
Crossing your. Oh, it's not that scandalous.
Oh, it's cute.
Yeah. I'm hoping I can color
Yeah,
it. I'm
the
really...
arms. It actually looks like a dancer's outfit. Like it should be. Yeah, the dancer. What's this look like? Zora, did you get? Oh, I can't trade it anyways. Did you get a weapon? That's what I was gonna say.
This is as far
No.
as we can go on foot, it seems. We'll have
Hold
to
on,
head
let me
back and
look.
see about fixing the boat.
I might be able. Are you still here? Or you want?
No.
You're out. Okay, hold on.
Hey!
Well, what weapon? You're
Everyone
using like the
alright?
4 or 645 or 640.
Cutscene, I can't see.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay, I'm in a black screen, so I haven't actually caught up to the cutscenes.
I was worried we might not catch up to you. Those caverns you traversed were dug by the Yaqui in their search for gold. Remnants of the excavation. While I appreciate the lesson, O wise guide, are we, landing this boat anytime soon? Our river journey is almost over. For proof of that, you need only look ahead. The falls are impressive enough from a distance, but it's almost too much now. Yes, amazing. Now please let me off. No. No more boats. Are you... Oh, you're not alright. I should be surprised if she was. Even without the nausea, we're all spent. There is a mountain shelter nearby, a resting spot for those who have ascended the stairs. I suggest we make use of it. That would be a welcome respite. Have you the strength for a short walk, Uklamat? We can rest along the way, too. Damn it all. A promise is meant to lead from the front, not mule and moan like a sick kitten. Uklamat. Ignore me. It's the nausea talking. I'm fine, really. Lead on, I'll follow. Very well, but if I might say one thing, just because you're a promise or a claimant for the throne doesn't mean you can't be seen to struggle. You needn't bear this burden alone. So please, don't hesitate to talk to us. We're always willing to lend an ear. Cryo, leaning on others is a skill all leaders require. You as well? I've always believed that this is my problem alone, but perhaps you have the right of it. Alright, I'll talk about things. Just give me a moment to collect my thoughts. Of course, as long as you need. We'll be waiting at the shelter when you are ready.
I'll just ditch her.
I've long felt that I could never tell anyone when I was confused or hurting, that admitting to weakness would bring shame to Papa's name. But if you say you're willing to listen, then there are things I'd like to talk about. Come on, let's catch up with the others.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Uh,
The chess piece can't be colored, which is unfortunate.
That's a shame.
upgrade it. Never mind.
Oh, I have this guy as a needed for the hunt. I recognize now the thing. Two more.
Like these two right here.
Yep.
Oh, and congrats on the level, everybody.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize we did.
We leveled when we killed the last boss.
Nice. Thank you for letting me get those.
Actually reminds me something. I got something when I leveled. Okay, when I leveled. What is this? Ah, one of my defensives just got considerably better.
Nice.
It was a 30% damage reduction. Now it's a 40% damage reduction and a absorb shield. So I might actually use this one. I hardly ever used it before. Unless something went really wrong and I needed to push lots of buttons. But I think that's probably where we're going to have to call it for tonight, guys.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Alright, guys. That's where we're going to call it for tonight. I will see y'all next time. And till then, I want to thank y'all for joining me. I hope y'all enjoyed it. See y'all next time. And have a good night.